come back, in the Masonic. All of this is tied up in the Masonic ritual. When a man gets initiated into the higher degrees of that order, he goes through this. They put on the chains, they put on the apron, and they darken him up and pretend to be driving him across. And then when he gets up to the top order in those degrees, they tell him what it means. As a white man, they tell the white man what it means. A white Shriner or a white Mason what it means. The Negro never learns what it means. But it actually points back toward the time when the white man, who is the devil, as they say, was cast out of the garden. When the Bible says Adam sinned and was cast out of the garden, this is what it is meant. And an angel was put at the east gate to keep him from coming back in when the white man was run out of the east by the Muslims. 6,000 years ago, into the caves of Europe, the people called Turks were put there at the straits of the Dardanelles with swords. And any old devil that they caught trying to come back across the water, off went his head. The book tells you that the angel had a flaming sword. And any time any of them tried to come back across, they were put to death. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that the white man went down into the caves of Europe and lived there for 2,000 years on his all fours. Within 1,000 years after he had gotten up there, he was on his all fours. Couldn't stand upright. You watch your old cracker today. Crackers don't walk upright like black people do. They about to, every time you look at them, they look like they're going right down on their all fours. But those who have had some education, they straighten up a little bit because they're taught how to straighten up. But a black man can be the most dumb, illiterate thing you can find anywhere, and he still walk like $1 million. Because by nature he's upright. By nature he stands up. But a white man got to be stood up. You got to put a white man on the square, but the black man is born on the square. Can we prove it? Yes. Notice in the East, dark people carry things on the head, don't they? Just throw it up there and walk with it, showing you they have perfect poise, perfect balance. This comes natural to them. You and I lost our poise. You can't even wear a hat on your head hardly today. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that within 1,000 years after the white people were up in the caves, they were on their all fours, and they were living outdoors where it's cold. This is cold over there as it is outside right now. They didn't have clothes. So by being out there in the cold, the hair got longer and longer. Hair grew out all over their body. By being on their all fours, the end of their spine began to grow. They grew a little tail that come out from the end of their spine. Oh, yes, this was the white man, brother, up in the caves of Europe. He had a tail that long. You ever notice anything that walks on its all fours has a tail? That which straighten up don't have a tail. Because when you get down, see, it just make that spine come right on out. And by him being on up there just like a dog, he was crawling around up there. He was hairy as a dog. He had a tail like a dog. He had a smell like a dog. And couldn't nothing get along with him but another dog. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says that all the beasts up in Europe wanted to kill the white man. Oh, yeah, they tried to kill the white man. They were after the white man. They hated the white man. So it says that what the white man would do, he'd dig a hole in the hill. That was his cave. And his mother and his daughter and his wife would all be in there with the dog. The only thing that made friends with the white man was the dog. Everything else hated him. He'd sit outside the cave at night in a tree with rocks in his hand. And if any beast come up to try and get in the cave at his family, he'd throw rocks at them. Or he'd have a club that he'd swing down and try and drive them away with.